We're now going to move to Constitutional Amendment Federal Appeals Panel, item F32. And for this, I would like to call Mark Pack from Islington. He is the mover of this constitutional amendment. He also is going to be summating, and he's also going to be the debate for this particular item. So over to you,
No pressure
Mark.
on me then. So yeah, I think if I get the same result as Jeremy did, I will feel a little embarrassed. But hopefully this is a more straightforward and less controversial constitutional amendment. What it really is about is saying that our Federal Appeals Panel should be an independent body, but it should be one that we know what it's doing, and it should be one that when it makes rulings, that we are aware of what those rulings are. And I say that for a couple of reasons. Firstly, it's exactly the same principle that we apply to the legal system. And secondly, because as conference, we get to do things like ratify the appointment of members of the Federal Appeals Panel. Absolutely right that they're not directly elected, but we get to ratify them. And it's very hard to make that power meaningful in any way if we don't really know what's going on with the Federal Appeals Panel. Now, the current Constitution does have a provision for the Federal Appeals Panel to publish some of its rulings. And I think it's fair to say that provision has rather fallen into abeyance. I think even the most dedicated amongst us who come to every standing order amendment and every constitutional amendment debate will be hard-pressed to remember the last time a Federal Appeals Panel report was published about its interpretations of the Constitution. So what this amendment does is it says, let's revitalise that bit of the Constitution, let's expand slightly what the Federal Appeals Panel should report in future. Let's give it a timetable. Let's say it should report at the same time as conference, because that makes it much easier for people to remember to do. And it quite deliberately leaves a fair degree of flexibility as to what the Federal Appeals Panel decides to put into its reports, because I absolutely appreciate there will be some issues, maybe involving particular individuals and whether their membership rights in the party have been upheld or not, where it wouldn't be right to publish the full personal details of the case. So this amendment deliberately gives them all of those different options. So as I said at the beginning, I hope this is a fairly simple, fairly straightforward measure. It's really about applying our general liberal principles and about revitalising a little bit of the Constitution that has fallen slightly into abeyance. And obviously, being the only speaker in the debate, please don't really humiliate me by voting it down. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mark. We've had no other cards submitted for this item. So again, we will move now to the vote on this item. Again, we will need a 2/3 majority to pass. So can I see all those in favour of the constitutional amendment? Okay, thank you. And all those against? No one against. I think, Mark, your debating powers have proven fine. That has quite clearly is carried. Thank you very much, conference.